Hello everybody, here's my next video for you, and today we will discuss distance formula. Very important formula, and many times you have to do some calculations and find the distance between 2 points, one point A and point B, for example. So today, talking about distance formula, maybe will be a good idea if on your formula sheet by the distance formula point out that we're talking about distance between 2 points. Okay, so that's what the distance formula stays for. And also the formula has x2, x1, y2, y1 because those are the coordinates of the 2 points that sometimes may be given in a graph, sometimes they may be given just as a 2 points, and you're gonna have to substitute into the formula in order to find the distance. So the worksheet for this practice assignment will be day 5, and you're gonna look for distance formula. Most important thing, when you begin with the distance formula, always make sure you read the directions of the problems given. Okay, so read the direction carefully, highlight the most important thing before you start your calculations. So in this case, we are looking for what will be the distance between these 2 points. And I wrote that the solution will be, we have one point with coordinates -6 and 4 and another point with coordinates 3 and -1. We know that the coordinates of the point stays for x1, y1, this is point 1, and point 2 has x2, y2 coordinates. Well, let's go ahead and substitute those numbers. So we are drawing this big square root, and under x2 number I will put 3, x2 variable, I will put 3, minus x1 variable is -6. So look at this, the formula has a negative sign, this number also has a negative sign, so we have two negatives here, be aware of that. Then plus y2 is -1 minus y1 is 4 to the second power. D is equal to, so what do we do here? First thing, let's calculate what is inside the parentheses. 3 plus 6 will give me 9 to the second plus. -1 minus 4 is -5 to the second power. Okay, -1 minus 4. Then I have the distance is equal to 9 square is 81 plus -5 square. Now, let me show you. If you have inside, well, everything what you calculate here will be inside the parentheses. So on your calculator, when you square a negative number, just, or maybe as a rule, remember that every time you square a negative number, the answer is always positive. Or if you can't remember that, I want you to use the parentheses. So it'll be parentheses, -5, close the parentheses, and then to the power of 2. So look at how this is written. Exactly like what we have here. -5 to the second power, when you press equal, you will get 25. So the distance is square root of 81 plus 25, which is 106. So square root of 106 is approximately 10.3, and we don't have, let's call it feet. 10.3 feet will be the distance between those 2 points. With that, we are done applying distance formula, and we found what the distance is equal to. So next example for distance will be, what is the distance between those two given points? So think about this is like an MCA example. You have given 2 points and you have 4 choices to decide which one will be the right one. Well, first thing, when you're having the piece of paper on MCA, make sure you write down those things. So this will be x1, y1, x2, y2. Once you label correctly your points, then you're gonna go ahead and substitute into the formula. So D equals square root of x2 is 2 minus x1 is 2 to the second plus y2 is -1 minus 2 to the second. Don't forget to the second power for each one of them parentheses. So the distance is equal to What is 2 minus 2? Well, 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 to the second power, which will be 0, but let's write down everything. Then plus negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3 to the second power. Well, the distance here is square root of 0, 0 to the second power is 0, so this is gone. Negative 3 to the second will be a positive answer, and that will be 9. So square root of 9 gives us 3 units, 3 units as a final answer. So B will be my best choice for this example. And the last example for this distance formula learning target is that one. We have given 2 points. Now the difference between first one and this one is, in the first one we had given the coordinates of the points already and we applied the formula. In this case we don't have given the coordinates. So look at this. It says find the distance between A and B. So step 1, we gotta find out what will be the coordinates for those 2 points. So this is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. So x is negative 5 and y is positive 3. Then b, x is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and negative 3 for y. We have the 2 coordinates. Next step will be to apply the distance formula. So x1, y1, x2, y2. Some of you probably are thinking, is that always the first point and this second point? No, you can label this as a x1, y1 and this one as a x2, y2. It's your choice. I just started with the top one and went down to the second, so it doesn't matter which one you will choose for point 1 and point 2. Once you label the points, then go ahead and apply the formula. So we have x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 to the second. D is equal to x2 is 5 minus negative 5 to the second plus y2 is negative 3 minus 3 to the second. Okay, so the distance will be, those two change to plus again, so 5 plus 5 will be 10. We're going to have 10 to the second power here, plus negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6 to the second. So the distance is 100 plus negative 6 to the second is 36. So the distance is square root of 136. Final thing, I'm going to use the calculator to see what is square root of 136. And that will be equal to 11.66. I will just say the distance is approximately 11.66. Final answer. And that will be the end of this mini lesson for you. Hopefully it's helpful and you're gonna let me know if you have any questions about it. Have a great day and thank you for watching the video.